rooms can both show 50% humidity. One stays dry, the other wets a cold window and the wall behind a cabinet. The missing clue is not another percentage. It is temperature, location, and time. A humidity display looks decisive because it gives you one clean number. But relative humidity is not a direct count of water in the air. It compares the moisture present with the amount the air could hold at its current temperature. Change the temperature, and the percentage can change even when no water vapor has been added or removed. That is why 60% is useful, but not a complete diagnosis. The Environmental Protection Agency advises keeping indoor relative humidity below 60% if possible, and ideally between 30 and 50%. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention gives a more conservative mold prevention target, no higher than 50% all day. Those numbers are guidance targets. They are not an on-off switch where 49 proves a home is dry and 60 creates mold instantly. A room reading has to be interpreted with the conditions around it. Start with the meter itself. Record the temperature as well as the relative humidity. Record which room it is in and whether it sits beside a shower, humidifier, supply vent, cold window, open door, or other local source. A sensor answers the conditions at its location. It does not automatically represent the basement, bedroom, bathroom, wall cavity, and attic at the same moment. If a decision depends on only a few percentage points, check the manufacturer's stated accuracy and compare the pattern with a second meter when practical. Humidity instruments can be calibrated and every measurement has uncertainty. The useful question is not whether the display is perfect, it is whether the pattern is consistent enough to guide the next check. Next, separate an event from a pattern. A shower may push bathroom humidity upward. Effective exhaust should remove that concentrated moisture and the reading should move back toward its earlier level. Cooking, dishwashing, wet laundry, and a room full of people can produce their own temporary rises. An all-day plateau is different. So is a basement reading that rises after rain, a closet that stays higher than the room outside it, or a bedroom that climbs every night and does not recover. Do not force all of those patterns into one explanation. They point toward different sources and different checks. Now check the surfaces. Condensation occurs when humid air reaches a surface at or below the air's dew point. EPA's Technical Moisture Guide gives a useful relationship. At 50% relative humidity, a surface around 20 degrees Fahrenheit cooler than the room air can reach condensation conditions. That can happen at a cold window, an uninsulated pipe, an exterior wall corner, behind furniture with little air movement, or on cold HVAC components. The meter in the middle of the room may remain inside the usual target range while that surface is wet, so visible condensation changes the next action immediately. EPA says to dry the wet surface and reduce the moisture or water source. Do not wait for the room display to cross 60% before responding to water you can already see. Then trace the moisture source. In a bathroom, use exhaust that actually vents outdoors. In a kitchen, local exhaust can remove a concentrated cooking load. Check that a clothes dryer vents outdoors and that plumbing, roof, and drainage problems are not adding water. Air conditioners and dehumidifiers can remove water vapor when they are appropriate to the space and climate. But opening a window is not a universal drying method. EPA's technical guide states that ventilation dehumidifies only when the outdoor dew point is lower than the indoor dew point. If humid outdoor air enters a cool building, the mechanical system may have to remove the extra moisture, and cold surfaces may become more vulnerable to condensation. This gives you 4 practical reading patterns. Pattern 1. The room stays mostly between 30 and 50%. Surfaces remain dry and the reading returns after ordinary moisture events. That is a useful baseline. Maintain the systems that are working, but the number still does not prove that every concealed material is dry. Pattern 2. Readings repeatedly remain above 50% or approach and exceed 60%. That is a reason to look for the source, confirm ventilation and HVAC operation, And consider appropriate dehumidification. The longer and more consistently the pattern remains high, the less useful it is to dismiss it as one shower or one rainy hour. Pattern 3, you see condensation, staining, swelling, damp materials, or a musty area at any room reading. Follow the physical evidence. A room percentage does not overrule a wet surface. Dry what can be handled safely, correct the source, and use current official guidance or qualified help when the area is hidden, extensive, contaminated, or uncertain. Pattern 4, the reading is below 30%. Confirm the temperature, placement, and pattern before automatically adding moisture. If a humidifier is used, EPA says not to humidify above 50% to reduce use if condensation appears and to keep the equipment clean. A low number is not permission to create a new moisture problem. Here's what the humidity display cannot tell you. It cannot identify mold. It cannot name a mold species. It cannot tell whether drywall, insulation, or wood is wet inside a cavity. It cannot locate a leak. It cannot connect a person's symptoms to a room, and it cannot prove that a cleaned area will remain dry. CDC does not recommend routine home mold testing. If mold is present, the central task is to remove it safely and fix the moisture problem. For a humidity investigation, that means the percentage should lead you toward the source, not replace the source investigation. Before you act on one reading, ask 7 questions. What is the air temperature? Where exactly is the sensor? Is this one moment or a repeating pattern? Are any surfaces visibly wet or colder than the room? What happened before the number changed? Would outdoor air actually be drier by dew point? And after source control or exhaust, does the reading move back toward its baseline? That sequence turns a percentage into evidence. 60% is high enough to take seriously because it is above CDC's prevention target and at EPA's upper homeowner boundary. But the correct response still depends on whether the source is a shower, humid outdoor air, a cold surface, a damp basement, an equipment problem, or a leak. The next clue is what happens after cleaning. If a stain or mold growth returns even after the room reading falls, moisture may still be reaching the material from somewhere else. In the next episode, we will trace why mold keeps returning when the visible cleanup does not fix the hidden moisture mechanism.